There's been an armed attack against a French satirical magazine called Charlie Hebdo, in which it seems at least 12 people have been killed and a number of others seriously injured. The President of France, François Hollande, who's been to the scene, has described this as without doubt a terrorist attack. And the finger of suspicion will inevitably be pointing at Islamist radicals, in large part because Charlie Hebdo had repeatedly made fun of, mocked the Prophet Muhammad, Islamist radicals, jihadists, over several years. Indeed, Charlie Hebdo was the subject of a firebomb attack in its offices a couple of years ago on a previous occasion when it had published quite a provocative edition attacking Sharia law. This incident today follows a similar attack against the Brussels Jewish Museum last May, in which 3 people were killed. And the perpetrator of that attack, or the man at least who's been charged with it, was indeed a French citizen who had been fighting the jihadi cause in Syria for about a year, and he was arrested in France and charged with the attack. This is one of the most serious terrorist attacks, certainly in France and indeed across Europe, for at least a number of years. The French authorities have been fearing something like this for a number of months and indeed warning about it. France has been the source of one of the biggest numbers of European citizens who have gone to fight the jihadi cause in Iraq and Syria over the last couple of years. Some 1,000 French people have been involved in one way or another in that, according to the French authorities. So one of the big fears of the French government, which had repeatedly been made public by the Prime Minister, in particular Manuel Valls, was that there was a fear of blowback. He called it the most serious threat to France of terrorism. That is, people coming back from the jihadi movements in the Middle East to fight the fight, if you like, bring the fight back to home soil. We don't know exactly who these people were, we don't know their motivation, but this is definitely where one of the big fingers of suspicion will be pointing. Inevitably, the terror alert in Paris has been raised to the highest level, in particular for media organizations in case there's a repeat of this. As we speak, the perpetrators have not been caught, so a massive manhunt is now underway in Paris and indeed probably across the whole of the Paris region.